Hey guys, it's Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming to you with my very belated Siena vlog. Really, when this whole COVID situation started, I did not feel very comfortable posting a travel vlog, but now it's gone on for a very long time and I have the travel bug and I really wish I could go somewhere. And so editing these travel vlogs has been really therapeutic to me and made me feel like I'm getting out. So maybe it will be that way for you. But I will link to down below my first vlog in this series. I went to Florence first, and then I went to Siena, and I also went to Lucca and Rome. So those will be forthcoming vlogs. I hope that you enjoy it. So I'm climbing the Torre La Mancha, the tower that I just showed you from down in the square. I'm already regretting it, and I haven't even started climbing the tower yet, but hey, I will show you some views when we get to the top, if I'm physically able to make it. The cathedral of San Gimignano and St. Catherine of Siena, who is really famous here. She's an incredible figure in history. I'm looking for a little bit more information on her. I would like to get some of her writings while I'm here. So yeah, I've got to go back to the bookstore and my suitcase will weigh more than 50 pounds and I won't be able to take it home, but that's the way it is. We're book buyers, am I right? Here at the cathedral, at the Duomo, and so I'm getting an excellent view at Piazza del Campo, the city hall there, and that's Torre La Mancha, which I climbed yesterday. I cannot believe I'm out here climbing all this mess, but isn't this beautiful? And look back there, you can see the hills and all the fog and the rain coming in because it's going to rain this afternoon. It's just beautiful. There she is. That's the cathedral of the Duomo. Those are the stairs I climbed. Yes, very dangerous. And then look at there. You can really see the Tuscan countryside here. It's gorgeous. I was so worried that my expectations for Siena were too high and that I was going to be really disappointed by it. But I have to say, I think it is my new favorite place. So it is a new day, a new morning, and I am thinking that I'm gonna take a day trip to San Gimignano, which is a medieval hill town that's about an hour away from here in Siena on the bus. And I've heard really amazing things about it. Everyone seems to be really charmed by it and by Volterra. And I chose San Gimignano over Volterra. Originally, I was going to go to both, but the weather has been quite wretched. And I actually am really in love with Siena, so I hate to leave it because I only have a few days here. I kind of hate to leave Siena to go somewhere else. So I'm going to choose San Gimignano. San Gimignano, I'm really not sure of the correct pronunciation because I've heard it multiple different ways, but it's a city full of medieval towers. I am just ready to be stunned by it because I know it's on the top of a hill, so we're gonna get some great views. I can't wait. Luckily today, it's going to be sunny, so that's why I've chosen to go today, and hopefully I get some good footage. Hopefully I remember to vlog. I'm an absolutely terrible vlogger. By the end of this, I'll have it figured out and I'll forget by the next time I go anywhere, but that's me. So I will check in with you later. So San Gimignano is also a medieval town, just like Siena, but it's really famous for having all of these towers, which I think I just showed you. There are, hundreds of towers, or there were at one time, and I went to this little place that showed a replica of the town in 1300, and there were far more towers then than there are now, but a family would have lived in each of these towers, and it would have been their family home. And the shop probably would have been on the bottom, which is the case today. A lot of times there are restaurants down here at the bottom of these towers, and then there would have been the apartments and everything further up, and the bedrooms. It's a very chilly day, but I'm really glad I came. I thought I was gonna have to cut this because of all the rain. It's going to be raining basically for the entire rest of my trip. I think tomorrow it will be nice, but I'm supposed to go to Lucca on Friday, and it's going to rain, 100% chance of rain every day I'm in Lucca. So I'm glad I took advantage of this because I knew this was an outdoor city, and luckily I've been able to enjoy it today while it was really pretty, even if it is very nippy. About to leave San Gimignano. I am very sad about it. A lot of people love to come here and stay. I see why. There's not a lot of activity to do, in terms of museums or things that you really need to see, but it's a very laid-back environment. And it very much reminds me of one of my favorite places on earth, which is the Mont Saint-Michel in Brittany and France. It's on the edge of Normandy and Brittany, and that's like a sequestered monastery that is on an island, and every night the tide comes in and it becomes a real island that's inaccessible. And you just do a lot of climbing. You're trying to get to the top. You get these fabulous views of the English Channel and back across Brittany, and it really feels like that here, because this is also kind of a medieval hill town in that way. I'm excited to go back to Siena and see it in the sunshine. I haven't been able to see it in the sun yet. So I will check in with you later. Bye to beautiful San Gimignano and the Tuscan hills. Good morning. It is a new day here in Siena, and it's my last day in Siena. I get to have a nice day of looking at churches. So right now I'm at the Basilica of San Domenico. That's the tower, and this is known as kind of St. Catherine's Church, St. Catherine of Siena. She lived right down the street here, but unfortunately I wasn't allowed to take any pictures or video inside the church. It's a really beautiful church. It was built in the 1200s. I think I've said this, but I'm Protestant, and while I am obsessed with these Catholic churches, especially Gothic churches, and I'm also kind of obsessed with Mass. I went to Mass on Sunday at the Florence Duomo, and I would kind of like to go to Mass here. I love the ceremony of it, and I love all of the kind of performance aspects to it. Performance is the wrong word, but there's a lot of ritual, and there are certain things you do at certain parts in the service. There's a lot of responding, and I really, really like that. So, you know, they say in a past life, what were you? In a past life, I was a medieval pilgrim, okay? And I was coming to all of these churches on the Via Francigena and trying to get to Rome and trying to get to Jerusalem. Like, that for sure was me in a past life. And so I just kind of find it interesting how we are very, very similar and yet very different. But it's been really, really interesting. And I bought a selection of her letters because I've heard that her writings are really inspirational, even if you are not a person of faith. So I am excited to get to that. They were very, very kind. They have a lot of books here at the Church of San Domenico that are just created for the church and for St. Catherine. So they would really like to kind of spread the word about her and get her known worldwide, which I think is really interesting. So that was a little bit of the inside of the Baptistry. The Baptistry is technically attached to the Duomo and to the cathedral in general, but you can't get there from inside the cathedral. But this was a later construction than much of the Duomo. So that was really interesting. I also went into the crypt, which was really, really fascinating, but was not allowed to take any pictures or any video. But that was really beautiful. In the crypt, I think we have the connotation of crypt as a graveyard or where people were buried. That's not always the case. The crypt is just sometimes basically the basement or where some of the church fathers may have gone before or during service. So, I mean, it's not something where there's death involved. And something that I find really interesting in general about Italian churches and Italian Gothic cathedrals in general is, like, when you go to France or you go to England and you go into any of their churches, you are just walking over graves. There are tons of people that are buried in the floor, buried in the walls, just shoved in wherever they could find. And you don't see that so much here. So I don't really know why that is, but it's just something that's interesting. this would be a good angle were the sun not shining on the cathedral, but alas, you can't even see that seeing me. Here you go. Me. Cameras, I just don't understand them. So I promise you we're at the Duomo. Here it is. But you just can't look at it and see me too, which is a shame. You probably would rather be looking at that. So as a matter of fact, maybe I can turn the camera around and you can look at that, but I thought I would do my little Siena book haul. I've only gotten 2 books here in Siena. Look, okay, you can see it in my glasses. The best of both worlds. So this morning when I went to the cathedral, or the Basilica of San Gimignano, I got St. Catherine's letters. I got the letters of St. Catherine. And this is an English translation that is apparently specific to San Gimignano. And they are using the proceeds to help restore the church. And they also are doing it because they really want St. Catherine's name known worldwide. So I found that really interesting. I have never read her letters, but I've heard that they are incredibly inspirational, even for those who are not of faith. But I am, so I'm hoping to really get something out of it. And then I got Siena, the History of a Medieval Commune by Ferdinand Schwell. This is over 100 years old. This is a nonfiction work that is considered a classic here, and it's still considered to be the best history of Siena that you can possibly get in English. So I'm really excited about this. As I've been here and been looking around at stuff, I have realized that I have a dearth of information available to me regarding Siena in general. So I thought it would be pertinent to pick up a book. Yes, this is just an excuse to pick up books, but this is apparently very well reviewed and a lot of people seem to love it. So that's my little Siena book haul. So that was my Siena vlog. If you've been to Siena, I would love to know your thoughts on it. If you would love to go, I would also like to know what's on your bucket list to see there. But that's going to be all for me today. I hope you're all having a great week. Happy reading and traveling, but be safe. Don't travel right now. Goodbye.